Retirement is a unique experience that varies from person to person. While you might dream of exploring new destinations in retirement, your neighbor might find joy in hobbies closer to home. Also, crafting the ideal retirement income plan requires a tailored approach while considering your savings, spending habits, health, family dynamics, and personal goals. And joining me is Byron Moore with Argent Advisors in Ruston, Louisiana. So Byron, talk about the importance of guaranteed income in retirement.
When someone first comes to see me about retiring, they're typically either just retired or they're looking at retirement a few years away, and almost none of them think in terms of, I wonder if I'm going to get a paycheck this payday. They went to work that week or 2 weeks and they get that paycheck. They don't really wonder if it's going to show up. Then they retire and all of a sudden this feeling washes over them that they never expected. It's this really strong feeling of insecurity. They never thought, oh my gosh, I just gave away the biggest asset I had, which was my ability to go to work and earn a paycheck. And now I've got to hope that the U.S. economy does well, that my bank pays an interest rate that I can live on, that the markets won't crash. And all of a sudden they feel a level of insecurity they never have before because nobody told them that the goal of retirement is not to build up a big retirement nest egg. The goal of retirement is to replace your income. And when that realization hits them, it's a tough moment, but also a good moment because I know I've got some really good news for them.
Well, we know that people are living a lot longer, so while it's important to protect assets when we're taking income, consistent growth is important to avoid running out of money. Talk about some strategies that you use there.
Well, you know, when it comes to income and retirement, it's not all one thing or another. So we're going to use a variety of strategies. First, we want to layer a bedrock of guaranteed income that comes in. Of course, for most folks, that's going to include either their Social Security, or like a lot of my friends that have worked for either the government or a school system and get a pension plan, those can provide a certain level of really basic income. On top of that, we probably want to build another substantial level of income, which many people will get through guaranteed income annuities issued by insurance companies, and those can provide that level of absolute security so that you're not having to worry about whether or not investment accounts are going to perform this year or next year to give you that income. Now, if we can efficiently provide enough income for you to have your basic needs met, then if we've got some leftovers, which hopefully we will, we can conservatively invest those for growth because we're probably going to have some more inflation. We're probably going to have some additional need for higher income later. And as long as we've separated those two things, guaranteed income on one side and conservative growth on another, we ought to be just fine.
So retirement plans may need adjustments over time. What process do you recommend for reviewing and revising income strategies when taking into account the changing market and a client's lifestyle changes?
Yeah, well, I like a good slogan as much as the next guy, but when it comes to retirement planning, set it and forget it stinks. We do not want to forget it. Retirement planning is something we need to set at the beginning, but then review every year. All of our clients come in at least once a year for an annual review of not only their accounts, but also the performance of not just their investment accounts or their guaranteed income annuities, but also for the strategy that we've got them on. Also, what's going on in their life? How's their health? How are their families? How are their dreams? How are the things that they've wanted to do in retirement? We need to make sure that all of those things are accounted for so that we can make necessary adjustments in what's going on in your retirement.
Thanks, Byron. That's Byron Moore in Ruston, Louisiana, and you are watching Retirement News Online.